Hello, this is Apostle Alvin Deal, and I want to ask you three questions. Oh my goodness. Are you in the safe zone? That's the first question. Are you in the safe zone? Second question, do you want a solution? I know all of us do. Do you want to help me? Do you want to help me? Oh my goodness. I love this because I need your help and hopefully that you can help us real good. Listen, I want to introduce to you someone, Stuart Tump. He's the global educator of Nordic Naturals, the biggest omega-3 seller in the world. $1 billion sales. He sold $1 billion sales of dietary supplements. And you know what Zinzino means? The missing link. Do you want to find out what is the missing link? Stuart, take it away.
Apostle Deal, it's so good to be on your show. And yes, Zinzino means the missing link in health and longevity. That's what we're going to share with you today. And we're going to answer those questions. Are you in the safe zone? What does that mean? Do you want a solution? So many people are struggling with their health, with inflammation that's rampant. And the big question at the end is, do you want to help us share our discovery with the entire world? So let me tell you about Zinzino, the company that Apostle Alvin and I are collaborating on together with a team of all-star doctors and experts around the world to become the biggest preventative health company in the world.
Yes.
That's our mission, right, Apostle?
That's it. That's the mission right there.
Because we want to empower people with the relevant information to take control of their own health and take responsibility to find out if they're in the safe zone or the danger zone. We're going to explain what that means, and we're going to show you what the solution is. So our mission is to reinvent the nutritional space. We believe that with artificial intelligence, in the next few years, you're going to have an AI-generated assistant on your phone that's going to remind you that you are out of balance, that you need one nutrient over another nutrient. And it's all going to be driven by what's called test-based nutrition. It's the most accurate way to determine whether or not you're in the safe zone. So the mission of Zinzino, our collective mission, is to measurably move the dial on public health globally. That's what we're here for. There are billions and billions of people globally that are out of balance because of the ultra-processed food diet. And we all know about the ultra-processed food diet and about all the dangerous parts of it, but there's a missing link. They always talk about the preservatives and the sugar and the high fructose corn syrup, but there's more. There's a missing link, and we're going to unearth it for you today, because when you're eating an ultra-processed diet, you are not eating the proper nutrients you need to stay in balance. So Zinzino is a solution-based company. That's why we ask, do you want a solution? Because we're going to show you a solution, an antidote to the dangerous, high-processed standard diet that's killing so many of our children.
Yes.
And destroying our health. Right, Apostle?
That's right.
This is an antidote to the ultra-processed food diet. So let's talk about where inflammation comes from. We've all heard that, right, Apostle?
Yes, we've heard it.
Inflammation. Well, you can take anti-inflammatories, but what if you balanced the source of where inflammation comes from? What if you balanced the inflammatory side with the anti-inflammatory side? What happens if you actually get in balance with inflammation? You're much healthier. Inflammation has been connected to every single one of our preventable health challenges and diseases. Inflammation causes all of the problems we're dealing with in our modern world in terms of heart disease, diabetes, metabolic derangement, Alzheimer's, and even all causes of cancer. Inflammation comes from omega-6. Now, follow this. This is omega-6 in my hand. Your body doesn't make it. It's an essential nutrient. You have to get it through your food, but it's pro-inflammatory. That's
right.
bad.
That's right.
But you need some of it. Omega-3, here's my other fist. That is also essential. Your body doesn't make it, and it's anti-inflammatory. We want these in balance. That's why we want you to know if you're in the safe zone. If you're in the safe zone, you're in balance. We're going to teach you what it means. If not, if you're like most people, if you're like how I was, if you're how Apostle Alvin Deal was, you were also in the danger zone, weren't you, sir?
Listen, I was 18-1 in the danger zone. So I'm on the balance all right now. And I'm believing that it's bringing me down into the safe zone.
But I was in the danger zone too. So that's why if you don't test, you have no idea. This is the safe zone. 3 parts omega-6, that's the inflammatory one.
Mm-hmm.
Omega-3 is the anti-inflammatory one, 3-1. You need some inflammation.
Right.
When you cut yourself, you want to clot the blood so you don't bleed to death.
That's right.
But you need to have the omega-3 to resolve the inflammation. So anything above is a problem. How did we get here? We all know how we got here. We used to eat food from Mother Nature. Now we eat ultra high processed food. As a result, we're not eating 200 pounds of seafood per person per year. All the omega-6s are coming from the ultra processed food. Don't worry about it. And the meat you're eating. The omega-3s come from the fish you're not eating. You're out of balance. And the average person is testing 25-1 now, 40-1. What's the safe zone? 3-1.
3-1.
What was it in 1850? 1-1.
1-1.
Pro-inflammatory, anti-inflammatory. This is a modifiable risk factor. So they looked at soldiers in 2011 that were committing suicide.
Wow.
Apostle, they looked at their blood. They tested the omega-6 to omega-3, the percentage of omega-3 in them, because these are young men.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the title of the paper, Suicide Death of Active Duty U.S. Military and Omega-3 Fatty Acid Status, a Case-Controlled Comparison. 2 of the leading public health officials, Michael Lewis and Captain Joe Hiblin. Michael Lewis works with us, Apostle Alvin Deal and I on our Zinzino team. He's on our team.
Yes.
He found out that among men, risk of suicide death was 62% greater with low serum omega-3. What does that mean? Out of balance because of ultra-processed foods, not eating enough omega-3, correlated to a 62% greater risk of suicide. Why are we talking about suicide? It's the end of depression and anxiety. Suicide is the end of depression and anxiety. Your brain is a supercomputer made out of fat. Remember when grandma said fish was brain food?
Right.
She was right. If you are not eating fish, you do not get omega-3. Farm-raised fish won't do it. Fried fish won't do it. The reason we're so far out of balance is we don't eat fish. That's why we're going to need balance oil. And we're also missing another link. There's another Zinzino missing link. We'll get to it in a moment. So Colonel Lewis wrote the book, When Brains Collide. You can look him up anytime you've got anyone has questions about traumatic brain injury, concussion, omega-3, even PTSD. That's a book that every parent needs, what every athlete and parent should know about the prevention and treatment of concussions and head injuries. And he's using Zinzino products.
Wow.
There's his non-for-profit so that you can follow the Brain Health Education Research Institute. Now let's go back to the story.
Yes.
3-1. That's the ideal range. 25-1. That's the average range. That's what it's like. You don't see silent chronic inflammation. It's like an iceberg. You don't see it. It's there. We're going to measure how much inflammation, omega-6 pro-inflammatory, omega-3 anti-inflammatory. We're going to measure that in your blood to determine whether or not you're in the safe zone. Apostle Alvin took the test, pricked his finger. It's right here. Put the blood right on the blotter, sent it out to the laboratory in Norway. I'll show you the laboratory in a moment. He got his results back and found out he was in the danger zone. I got my results back and found out that I was in the danger zone. So what is this test telling you? How good your diet is and whether or not you're in the danger zone. The danger zone of inflammation or the safe zone of the right ratio, the balance.
Yes.
And we're going to show you a solution to get back into balance with balance oil. But before we get there, let me show you what's in it for you. If you're out of balance, your cell is like this one on the left-hand side. Hard, rigid. Why? You're not eating enough fish. So your cell membrane is all thick and sticky and rigid. Nutrients can't get in, waste products can't get out. When we get back into balance with balance oil and the Health Protocol Premium, the cells become normal, soft, flexible. You're only as healthy as your cells. So if you're concerned about brain function, hair quality, have you ever noticed that? The older we get, our hair quality just goes down.
That's right.
We go so far out of balance, right? Have you ever seen a dog that you feed salmon to, or a bear, and everyone says, wow, look at that incredible coat? That's because of the omega-3s and what they do for hair quality, heart function. The Inuit were eating whale blubber and had the
Yes.
lowest levels of heart disease in the world. Why? It was loaded with omega-3s. Your skin elasticity, as we age, our skin gets dry and doesn't have the same flexibility. It loses that youthful glow. Too much inflammation. You're not in balance. And then your joints and muscles, as we age, they ache and they hurt. All we need to do is get you from out of balance into balance. Return the structure and the function of that cell membrane. You're made of 37 trillion cells. Reduce the inflammation, increase the anti-inflammation, get into balance, improve your brain, think better, look better, act better, be better. Imagine this. Your red blood cells are being born every day into an inhospitable environment. When you're 25 to 1, Apostle, I thought of this story for your show. What happens when a child comes home to a dangerous, inhospitable environment that is not clean or safe for the child? Does that scar the child pretty much for the rest of his life or her life?
Yes, it does.
Why would your red blood cells be any different?
Wow.
Think of that analogy. And the red blood cell connects every human on the planet. Think of the blood. I need not tell this audience about what blood means.
Yes.
Red blood cells are the same in every human being on the planet Earth. We all have the same red blood cells. This measures your ratio of inflammation to anti-inflammation of the fatty acids in your individual red blood cell, making it the single most important number for prevention, for health, that you don't know that you should know. Now, here's how yes.
Before you move to the next slide, could you take it back to this slide you just had? Listen, I want to just let the people know that what Stuart is saying, I have personally been a benefit of this because my bones, my muscles, my knees, those things, but I've been on the balance oil for 29 days now. And I know we don't go by feelings, Stuart, but this is test based. And so I test out of balance, but I know I'm gonna be in balance. I know that the scale is coming back to at least 9 to 1, 6 to 1, 5 to 1, and prayerfully 3 to 1 and below, because those hardened cells on the left there on that slide, they are turning in 120 days. They're getting green now. Why? Because the toxins and all the waste is able to get out, and the nutrients are able to get in. So, Stuart, what are you saying? I'm experiencing it right now.
Well, that's why it was so great for us to collaborate together, because not only is this driven by science, it's driven by the most important thing of all, whatever works best. Where do we get results?
Yes.
What works? And I'm going to show you some case histories and some tests to prove, not only to say we feel better, look better, and act better, but to show you the data, the science to actually support that. So here's what the test looks like. We have a vitamin D test, an A1C blood sugar test, but today we're focusing on the balance test.
Yes.
That's the balance to determine whether or not you were in the safe or danger zone. The laboratory is in Oslo, Norway, Laboratory of the Year, 5 years in a row. I've been there, Apostle.
Yes.
Top floor. They got robots. They test 6,000 samples a day.
Wow.
The biggest database of this material in the world. And they work for Harvard, University of Cambridge, King's College London, the Max Planck Institute, University of Oxford, Massachusetts General Hospital, University of Oslo. The list goes on and on.
A list of who's who's. That look like a list of who's who's.
It's incredible. The biggest customer for Vitas, which is a third-party independent laboratory, their biggest customer is Zinzino.
Wow.
They have tested more omega-6-3 balance tests than any laboratory on Earth, and we are grateful to partner with them. And here's what they have found. Everyone has the same red blood cell, and everyone is out of balance. 97% of people are out of balance is the global average. In America, it's worse. We eat less fish. than they do in other cultures. That's a known fact. But look, everyone is failing across the country because we don't eat enough omega-3s.
Wow.
We eat too many ultra-processed foods and or meat products, and we miss the anti-inflammatory omega-3s. And there's more. That's only part of the story. There's another missing link. If you've taken omega-3s before, you're going to love this, because Zinzino, which means missing link, we're going to show you another one. Here's what happens and what's happening to Apostle Alvin Deal. Why do we say 120 days? Your red blood cells take 120 days to completely die and turn over. And as a result, you return to normal brain function when you're in balance. We're talking about a connection to Alzheimer's, ADHD, attention deficit disorder. I showed you suicide rates.
Yes.
They've even connected it to homicide rates. Good hair quality, proper heart functioning, skin elasticity, beautiful, healthy skin when you are in balance. Why? Inflammation ages you. Inner organs work better. You want anti-inflammatory signals so you don't get plaque in your heart.
Yes.
And your joints and muscles as we age and as we work out. Inflammation drives us into the ground. When you are out of balance, you look worse, you feel worse. When you're back in balance, you build a better body. So these are some of our scientists. Our scientific advisory board is world renowned with our own patented products, our own manufacturing and R&D. I've been to Norway. I'm getting to know these people. And Dr. and Apostle Alvin, you've seen some of them, right? Like Dr.
That's
Paul
right.
Clayton, right?
Yeah. I've seen some of them. I've heard their testimony. I've seen the proof that they'll put on the table. This is amazing. It is awesome to have these top of the line professionals that are putting out this information for us.
It's incredible. So Paul Clayton has a blog, Dr. Paul Clayton. You can follow his blog. He's the leader, I think, in fighting the ultra-processed food and the antidote to the ultra-processed diet he formulated. I'll show you, called the Health Protocol Premium. What I love about it is you don't need to change your diet. You just need to add this to your diet.
That's right.
And these other scientists, Ola Edie, who discovered the oil I'm about to introduce you to, it's revolutionary. Angela Rizzo probably discovered the omega-3 blood spot test. Dr. Abraham was with Nestle for 40 years, one of the biggest food company in the world. And now he's with Zinzino to correct these nutrient deficiencies. Dr. Natalie Cather, board certified, and Stephen Chernisky are on the science advisory board, and they run our Wednesday science call. So here's the formula. Our balance oil is not an omega-3 fish oil. It's balance oil, and it balances you in 120 days with a balance of omega-3 and pre-harvest premium extra virgin olive oil. The way that Zinzino has combined these products together in a patented way in this formula, this synergistic formula, when they blend the omega-3 with the olive oil with high polyphenols, those are the game changer. You see, when you make standard fish oil, like all commercial fish oil, when you take out the mercury, you remove the polyphenols. What does that mean? They're not as effective. Fish oil without the polyphenols, that's only half. The polyphenols are the missing link that we promised you. So not only is there a missing link between the balance, Apostle Alvin,
yes,
there's a missing link in omega-3s. If you've taken omega-3, you're not getting polyphenols. Why? When you remove the mercury, you strip out the polyphenols. Zinzino puts them back in. They get extra virgin olive oil, the highest grade olive oil in the world. They combine it together, and the polyphenols wrap around the omega-3s. Those omega-3s then are protected just like in nature.
Wow.
And they more effectively go through the tissue into your red blood cell. How can we prove that? With the test, before and after. So this is the missing link. This is the Mediterranean diet in a bottle. Every bottle is equal to 300 olives and 30 piles of anchovies. You would need to eat cans of sardines a day and eat piles and piles of olives to get the same polyphenols and omega-3s as you get in balance oil. So when we compare the balance oil to all the other oils, it's infinitely more stable in your body and in the bottle. The science says it's the imbalance of the two fats that affects your early death risk. That's why we need to test everybody, right, Apostle?
Yes, yes, it is vitally important.
Right here. What does it say? This is essential. This is essential. They're both healthy fats. What's not healthy is when you're in the danger zone, when you're out of balance. Why are you out of balance? You're not eating enough fish. And we're going to test you and prove it to you and get you on the health protocol and get you back in balance in 120 days. The lead author said, we found that higher omega-6 to omega-3 is associated with a greater risk of dying. Why? When you're out of balance, you've got inflammation that's out of control. When you're in balance, your body can heal itself.
Say it again, Stuart. You say we have inflammation that's out of control. That's powerful.
You have inflammation that's out of control, and your red blood cells are being born into a hostile environment. Again, going back to a child coming home from daycare or preschool or kindergarten into a very dangerous, dark, messy, inhospitable environment. What happens to that child? That's what's happening to your red blood cells. Every day when you're out of balance, when you're back in balance, imagine a safe, loving home with parents or caregivers that love you, that help you, that tell you you're going to be okay and help to raise you. That's what's happening to us when we're out of balance. And so here's some before and after pictures of balance oil. Look at this young man's face on the left.
Wow.
All of the inflammation that was driving that skin condition. He gets back into balance between omega-6 and omega-3. He takes the test, takes the oil for 120 days, tests again. So we're going to show you the proof in a blood test and the evidence in a picture. The proof in a blood test and an evidence in the picture. There's a QR code there. Anybody can scan that to watch a video about the balance oil so that you can understand why balance oil is not fish oil. It's balance oil and balances you in 120 days with premium omega-3 and extra virgin olive oil. That's the most expensive, highest polyphenolic olive oil in the world. That's what balance oil is. So here's a test result. Here's a woman that scored 23-1. Apostle, she was totally out of balance.
Yes.
She goes on the protocol. She gets down to 1.8-1, totally in balance. 120 days before and after. All she did was add the balance oil, the Mediterranean diet in a bottle, and the health protocol, and went from out of balance into balance. Anyone can do this. And that's why we asked if you want a solution. We've got the solution. Here it is. It's called the Health Protocol Premium. This is the solution. First, you want to know if you're in the safe zone or the danger zone. I hope you want to know. Next, do you want a solution? The Health Protocol Premium balances, restores, supports, and creates a positive mood and well-being. This protocol, one for your cells, one for the inflammation in the gut, one for natural energy in the immune system, and one for the stress response in the brain.
Wow.
One for the cells, one for the gut, one for energy and the immune response, one for the brain. This health protocol is so effective, cost effective, scientifically effective, proven to be effective with before and after tests. So 3-1 is the safe zone. Anything above 3-1 is the danger zone. I hope you want to know if you are in the safe zone. And if you want a solution, we're more than happy to help you. So these products are backed by all the certifications that you're looking for. From any age in life, inflammation is the driving force. Remember when we were little kids, Apostle,
Yes,
and you
sir.
fell off your bicycle and you could heal? Look at the young guy with the baseball hat, right?
Yes, that's me.
Remember when we would fall off our bicycle and heal your knee in about 5 days
That's
or faster?
right. Mm-hmm.
What happens when you get to be 100 years old and you fall off the bicycle? How long does it take to heal you?
Sometimes they don't recover.
Correct. Inflammation is the driving force. We're measuring systemic inflammation. This measurement is a proxy for inflammation through your entire body. We're not talking about taking anti-inflammatories. We're talking about building better cells, building a better body. So however old you are, you need to be in balance. You know what happens when you're a pregnant woman and you're not in balance? They found out, Apostle, that there's a difference of 3.5 IQ points.
Wow.
Between women that are out of balance and in balance. Remember when grandma used to make you take cod liver oil?
That's right.
And they said fish was brain food, and pregnant women used to take cod liver oil and eat fish. Well, if you don't, that baby gets only a fraction of the omega-3s that it maybe needs. If you have multiple children, the successive children may get less omega-3 than they need. With postpartum depression, because the brain is a supercomputer made out of fat, you may have a connection between postpartum depression and being out of balance. And then as we age, as we start to go through middle life, it's even more important, because what you do in your 40s echoes into your 60s on a cellular level.
Yes,
and
sir.
the longest lived people on earth, they have great metabolisms. How do you maintain a great metabolism? Get in balance with the Health Protocol Premium. The oldest people on earth have a great metabolism. Have you noticed that, Apostle, in your experience?
Yes, they have great metabolism, and they are a little bit more energetic. And I try to figure out, well, what's the secret? Is their metabolism?
This is the missing link.
That's it.
This is the missing link, because everyone just, yes, the food is your medicine, Hippocrates. Yes, the health starts in the gut, Hippocrates. We're going to fix all that with the Health Premium, the protocol. What we're doing here is quantifiably measuring inflammation, a proxy for inflammation. So if you can stay in balance your whole life, your metabolism is better, you have greater insulin sensitivity, less type 2 diabetes, less obesity, a better metabolism. And at the end of your life, you've got to be very, very healthy to expire quickly.
Wow.
Let me say that again. My professor taught you've got to be very healthy to expire quickly. And you know how eventually everyone's going to die? For those that want to put it off a little longer or be healthier and live a longer life, a healthier life, Apostle Alvin and I can help you achieve that. This may or may not be for you, but when we say, do you want to help us? I'm going to show you in a minute what I mean by this. So here's the science, the biggest paper published on the subject to date, that says omega-3 blood status. That's what we're measuring with this test. We're measuring the balance. Is a modifiable risk factor for many diseases. That means this is the same as quitting smoking, drinking, or exercising. Yes, getting back into balance is equally as protective for lowering your risk as quitting smoking, quitting drinking, and exercising. How does that make you feel, Apostle, as a servant to other people, why we wanted to join forces to get everyone to understand this?
This is so powerful because it helps me to fulfill my mandate and the vision that the Father have given me. To Psalms 118 verse 17 said, I shall not die prematurely, but I shall live and declare the work of the Lord. And so this information right here, and just having this protocol and having a Zinzino team working with me, we can help so many people reach optimum health. So I'm excited about it.
That's why we're working together. I want people to know that when it says public health officials, for which you are one in your community, and I am one in mine, public health officials, we all are public health officials in our houses, aren't we?
Yes.
Isn't the mother and father, or whoever the caregiver is the public health official in whatever house you're in?
That's exactly
the
right.
Grandparents, foster care, whoever it is the public health official, right?
Yes.
So we should all take steps to emphasize the significance of omega-3 in preserving the health of the U.S. population. So our mission is to become the biggest preventative health company in the world, to measurably move the dial on public health globally. And we are doing it for the future, for the children.
Yes.
If everybody got back into balance while we were having children, how much healthier would our children be? They'd be red blood cells being born into a safe environment instead of a dangerous environment. How about as grandparents? So you missed it as an adult. I missed it. I didn't fully appreciate it as much as I do now. And I worked in the field, Apostle.
Yes.
But when my son has children, I will be there as a public health official to start testing and stop guessing. So 100% of you should take the test. If anything, up until now, you want to know your number. This is the most important number for health and longevity, the most modifiable risk factor for diseases. Drugs are not modifiable risk factors for diseases. They're not. This is a modifiable risk factor. So 97% fail to test globally, 99% fail to test in the US. So again, the hero product, the balance oil that gets you balanced in 120 days with premium omega-3 and pre-harvest extra virgin olive oil, the most expensive in the world combined. The omega-3s and polyphenols is not omega-3, it's balance oil because it gets you back in balance in 120 days. And we have 1.5 million blood spot tests to prove it. So now we're going to talk to you about the help we're looking for. Apostle Alvin and I are building an army around the world. So do you want to help us? Do you want to join Zinzino, which means the missing link? You've learned about the missing link in inflammation. You've learned about the polyphenols, the missing link as to why commercial fish oils do not work. What do I mean work? They don't get you back in balance in 120 days with a test before and after, like balance oil does, to relieve the inflammatory imbalance. So the company was founded 20 years ago and is traded on the First North Premier Growth Market. There's the ticker, ZNZNF.
Mm-hmm.
If all you want to do is get tested and get the health protocol, get back to Apostle Alvin, we'll be happy to help you out.
Yes.
Now we're looking for people to share. This part of the presentation is about you joining arms with us and sharing this all over the world. So I want you to look into the company, look at the ticker ZNZNF. You look at that stock chart, it will tell you everything about the health of a company. So please, as you're learning about joining us and you're considering joining us, look up the stock. We deliver to 100 countries around the world, and social entrepreneurship is in our hearts. Apostle Alvin, we've got orphanages and schools in India. The Zinzino Foundation impacts the future by giving scholarships to underprivileged students.
Wow.
So we are very socially minded, as you are.
Yes.
And the founders are both people of faith.
Yes.
This is a remarkable organization. I've met them. I've been there. I trust them. So what are we talking about? Why would we want your help? We would like you to join us in sharing a mega trend of test-based nutrition. Start testing, stop guessing. Remember I said we're eventually going to have a robot
That's right.
on our phone that's going to say you're out of balance, eat more sardines or take more balance oil. Your guts are crazy. Your blood sugar's too high. I want you to get some more prebiotic fiber or eat legumes or foods with prebiotic fibers. Your vitamin D, like David, is too low.
Yes.
Take some vitamin D in the balance oil or go and get some sunshine or take some Zeno Shine. This is the future. It's called test-based nutrition, and the market is worth $167 billion as the current supplement market. The future is enormous. This market is projected to reach $239 billion. That's just the interest in taking care of ourselves. Have you noticed, Apostle, over the last few years that everyone's now interested in taking care of themselves? They're trying to find the right supplements, but they don't know which ones work.
Exactly. That's happening around the world. And people, especially post-COVID, people want to find out, well, what can I do to get my health to the place whereby was something else was to come across my path? What can I do?
And there's been TikTok nutrition, and there's been all kinds of celebrity influencers. With the mega trend of test-based nutrition based on testing, celebrity influencers are irrelevant and no longer helpful. Most people want to know if their supplements work. I don't care who's taking them. Do you, Apostle Alvin? I don't care if it's the most famous athlete in the world.
That's right.
Or the most famous social media person in the world. I want to know my most important number.
Is it working?
That's what I want to know, and I'm not alone. You want to know it. Everyone wants to know it, and 1 billion people take vitamins, and 500 million are taking omega-3. If you join us, we're going to offer them a better solution. The World Health Organization says 6.3 billion people are deficient. Expert business leaders have said, pick a giant problem and solve it. Pick a giant problem and solve it, and is your solution 10 times better? As an expert in omega-3, the Zinzino solution is 10 times better. Test, take, test. If you join us, you don't need to understand omega-3. You need to test everybody that you love. Test everybody that you love, get them on the health protocol, get them back into balance. They'll tell all of their friends and family. All you have to do is test people. It's the most important number that you don't know. We've already tested 1.5 million people, and 97% fail the test. This is the good news. On the health protocol premium, 95% pass the essential fatty acid balance test after 120 days.
Wow.
That's what we're talking about. So 97% fail. After 120 days, 95% pass. So it's all about timing. If you join our organization, look at this chart here of timing. We currently have 530,000 customers. We're going to have 1 million customers by the end of this year, 20 million customers by 2035, and 100 million customers by 2050. So if you join us to help teach the world about the safe zone and the danger zone and to offer them a solution, we will have the rarest nexus of opportunity that exists.
Yes.
Doing well, doing good, making the world healthier, happier, and saner. That almost never happens. Those two things are diametrically opposed. You've got healthcare providers like nurses that spend their whole life helping people that never get paid enough money for it.
That's right.
You've got school teachers, and I need not tell you the life of being a pastor or apostle. You know this better than I ever will.
Yes.
Right? Not being rewarded for doing the right thing.
Yes.
Here, it's all about timing. We have a unique opportunity to have you share this message that's so important with the entire world and build residual income for you and your family, because financial health is part of cellular health.
That's right.
And we know that when you get above a certain income level, that there is a statistically significant increase in happiness. Above a certain level, they find out it's like anything, it's U-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can help people get healthy on a cellular level, help them get healthy on a digestive level, on an immune level, on a mental health level, and also help them get healthy enough financially, now we're really doing well. And that's why we're asking for your help. So these are the sales of the company. Wow. Look at this. By 2019, look at that jump from 2019 to 2020. And then look at this from 2020 to 2023. Why? Because everyone wants to know if their supplements are working. Everyone wants to start testing and stop guessing. And everyone knows that inflammation is the killer. And instead of taking all kinds of anti-inflammatories from the pharmacy or anti-inflammatories from the health food store, why don't you test your ratio?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's what we're talking about. This is a leveraged sales career plan. You build a team together. You've got your efforts, and then the team's efforts explode. J. Paul Getty said, would you rather have 1% of 100 people or 100% of one person? Now, I've worked alone most of my life or worked for other companies, so those were my efforts. But here, if you join forces with us and build a team, you will experience the benefit of leveraged sales, and it's the kind of residual income that people are really dreaming about. So we have a fast start program to help people get money back into their accounts as fast as possible. We've got a career plan where people keep getting rewarded for sharing the products. The more people you get in balance, the more people you test, the more people you help, the more money you will make, and you get qualified for trips, exotic trips, and make residual income, getting people back in balance. You can also build a team like Apostle Alvin and I are doing.
Yes.
And there's 10 different ways to earn. They've got a 10 to 30% retail cash bonus. You get a huge bonus when you get 100 products sold. You can earn free product and a fast start bonus. There's all kinds of overrides and commissions. It's extremely lucrative because they have a system to help them become the biggest personalized nutrition company on earth. They are looking for you. We are looking for you to join arms right now at this perfect time. We only have less than 50,000 partners worldwide. And at the
Wow.
higher ranks of the company, you can earn stock for achieving the president level above and dream vacations. This is what it can look like on a monthly basis. And then on the higher levels, you get to earn stock bonuses. So whether you want a part-time side hustle where you just make a few $100s a month, or if you're looking to make a few $1,000s a month, Zinzino has a home for you. So it's very easy to join Apostle Alvin and I. All you have to do is pick a pack and get started. Now you're going to need the tests. That's the secret. You go out and test as many people as possible, get them on the protocol, get them on the balance oil, get them back in balance, and then the business just grows itself. And when you get the ultimate partner pack, that's the one we recommend, Zinzino will give you back the initial investment. So let's get this straight. You're buying a business for $1,150 that's going to give you an upside that's hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're looking for that, potentially at the higher end or more. They're going to give you back the $1,150 to start your business at the end of a year when you share the product and have 25 people using the product, 25 bottles of balance oil, or 6.5 of the health protocols. As soon as you share this product with other people, which we're going to do, the company will fully refund your initial investment. So imagine that. You're buying a business that you can make a tremendous difference in the entire world. Get everybody back into balance, do the right thing for the right reason, and then get paid back. So you know what, Apostle? It's like putting a down payment on a condominium or renting an apartment, right?
That's right. That is awesome.
When you do your job and you don't mess up, you get the deposit back.
Yes, yes.
And that's exact. So I just want people to understand, not only can you make money quickly and build residual income, you will get paid back for the entire investment. Why are they doing this? Because they know what it takes to become a $40 billion a year company. So you're going to have your own little online shop. Everyone wants to do business online now. Mm-hmm. You can earn extra income, earn retail cash bonuses, international distribution. If you know people, we've got people on our team that have partners all over the world now. India, Australia, New Zealand, Germany. There are people on our team from all over the world. So you can build your own business from your laptop, from home, and our products are delivered to over 100 countries. And most importantly, we have an entire system. If you join us, we have a turnkey training system where you're going to receive step-by-step guidance on how to achieve your ambitions. We don't tell you to join and good luck, right,
That's
Apostle
right.
Alvin?
That's right. That's right. They got this team like Stuart is doing right now. It is powerful. Listen, my son was with me the other day, and I'm going to turn it back to you, but he was telling Dad, he would listen to me share Zinzino with one of my friends playing basketball, and it was just awesome. He said, you got the verbiage, you got the language, you know about the product, and plus you are experiencing the dividends of it in your body.
Right. And you've come on our calls. We've got training calls and
Yes.
team calls and a group chat and opportunity calls. So if you've ever owned your own home business before, this is nothing like that at all. We are looking for people to help us change the world. We are not joking around. There's a joyful spirit to our heart, but right?
Yes. Listen, you tapped into my one of my mantras is that I'm taking over the world by faith. So
yeah. So see, that's why this fits in the nexus. So in summary, you're joining a publicly traded Scandinavian science-based company that's the pioneer in the global megatrend called test-based nutrition. No longer will TikTok medicine, Webaloney, or some social media influencer be able to steal your money from you ever again.
That's right.
We are number 6 on the global momentum statistics. What does that mean? There's a list of all the top home-based businesses like this, and their number is called the global momentum statistics. That's like the Dow Jones. That's the measurement. We are number 6 on this list. What does that mean? We're the best kept secret in network home marketing. Why? Because all of the revenue is in Europe. Wow. The majority of all the revenue is in Europe, and Apostle Alvin and I are part of the fastest growing team here in the United States, and we want you to join us. The company has had double-digit sales growth consistently for the last 12 years. with 33% estimated company sales growth in 2025. The company has had growth, has been profitable. The stock has paid out a dividend for the last 11 years. If you have any questions at all about joining our team, look at the stock from a business standpoint.
Yes.
From a science standpoint, test yourself.
Yes.
Those are two measurements: your omega-6/3 score and where the stock is and what the street is saying about this as a business. Now, before we wrap it up, we've only tapped 0.0001% market saturation here in the United States. Sales volume is just under 1 million. It's actually going up from there, even from when I made this slide, but not for too long. 10 more countries are scheduled to be open in 2025. This is exploding. 50% is paid in commissions, and there are 10 ways to earn. So let's just sort of do some math. If 50% is paid in commissions, if we are on track to have 1 million customers by the end of 2025 and 20 million customers by 2035, by the time we reach 2050, when we have 100 million customers, we'll be a $40 billion a year company. We're currently only 200 million. That growth is unbelievable. 50% of the 40 billion is paid out in commissions. Do the math. Do you want to lock arms with us? Do you want to help make the world a better place? Are you in the safe zone? Do you want a solution? And do you want to join us? Thank you very much, Pastor Alvin, Apostle Alvin. It's such an honor to be here with you today.
Well, thank you, Stuart. This is awesome. And if you all want to join us and partner with us or get the products, whichever way you want to do, we gave 2 presentations here, one for your health and one for the business. But I do believe they go hand in hand because, as you said, Stuart, we're talking about 4 products, one for the brain, one for the gut, one for the cells, one for the immune system. And then you talk about add the 5th one to that, your prosperity, your increase. That's 5. 5 is the number of grace. So you're out there listening to this program, you need to contact me at 864-337-6400. Yes, I'm putting my number out there because this is so vitally important. This fit right in with the mandate the Father has given me. So don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate. Give me a call. And I guarantee if you partner with us, your health will rise like the noonday sun. You'll be strengthened. You'll be empowered. So come on. And don't hesitate. Don't guess, but test. Test-based nutrition is the way to go from now on because AI, what we call artificial intelligence, is out there. But listen, I'm giving you some apostolic intelligence right now. So it's time to grab a hold to it and just come on in. Come on in. Don't put off for tomorrow. You get done today. Stuart, again, thank you for such a great presentation. And you that are listening, please don't put off your health. Listen, go back over this slide, look at it again and again, dial that number 864-337-6400. And listen, this has been a wonderful journey for me and my wife and friends that are connecting with me, that are partnering with me. They're getting excited. They're getting amazing results already. And they've not been on 5, 10, sometimes 10, 15 days, and they're getting extremely amazing results. So come on, don't be sitting on the sideline. Let's move on forward. Again, Stuart, thank you. Any last words you want to share?
Oh, I'm just so honored to work with you. I just want to reiterate, are you in the safe zone? Don't you want to know? Why wouldn't you want to know the most important number for your health and longevity after listening to that? Do you want a solution? We have a solution. So join us. Do you want to join us? If you do, let me be the first to welcome you to Zinzino, which means the missing link. And it's such an honor. I love what you said, Apostle. You're going to give some AI and some AI. I love that.
Yes. Yes. Thank you again. And we'll be talking with you real soon.